My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Monster Train 2. It's about time we conquered some of these dimensional portals, so I'm figuring we should start with Tufa. Twice as much of all the things that matter. Primary clan is Pyreborn, allied clan is Banished. The Pyre Heart is just the Broto Heart Cage, 45 damage, 80 health, and the mutators are as follows: 2 for 1. Every time you draft a card, gain a second copy. Moneybags, double the money earned. We've got Pyreborn as one of our clans, so you know what we're doing with that. And Duality, double the stacks of all status effects. Let's depart and see what we can do. I mean, we can easily see one of the doublings already. Magma Mauler, 1 Ember, 2 Size, on strike, apply Pyre Gel 16. All future sources of damage do 16 damage to this unit. Actually, there's also 2 Upbeat Warblers here, 1 Ember, 1 Size, enchant all units on the floor with Quick. And then Snotty Whelp, 1 Ember, 1 Size, Gelly Sneeze ability, cooldown of 2 to deal 1 damage, then apply Pyre Gel 24 to the front enemy unit. Seraphiturnus, Chosen of Dominion. I'm not going to have to go for a Titan at the end of this run, so I don't have to double your Dominion, Sign of Savagery, and Vampiric Thief. Yeah, okay, cool. We'll see what we can do with this. Realistically, I'm looking for anything that gives me Golden Horde as early as I can possibly get it, because I get double the money from it. Hello. Lord Phoenix has Golden Crown as an ability here. On Conjure, triggers when this unit's ability is activated. And your ability is Phoenix Fire, deal damage equal to this unit's attack. Apply Pyre Gel 8 to enemy units. Yep. Spells get an extra upgrade slaughter at the start of the turn, fully heal champions. I have to say, Lord Phoenix is a little bit more of a frontliner. Start of turn, fully healed champions. I could totally see that being enough to keep Lord Phoenix healthy and happy and safe and secure. It's that Crown of Eternal. Draw 1 less per turn, gaining 150 gold for doing so. Now I need Lord Phoenix to use your ability as much as possible. No matter what, deal damage equal to this unit's attack. So this needs to have a target. That's kind of annoying. I think I do still put you on a very top line, and then just pop a Magma Mauler behind you, and then just shield stew the other 2 lines. Also, I think Bone Shaker is my bottom line here, so the original Monster Train, and then we've got the Reanimation Lab, which I unlocked from doing my, I think, first dimensional challenge, or maybe from beating the Titans. I don't know. I'm gonna try and unlock all of these as well, the cosmetics for our train. Right, Snotty Whelp, you say? Yeah, Lord Phoenix can't. Oh, hang on. Lord Phoenix, yes, absolutely. Obviously, deal damage equal to this. Wait, you can deal it to yourself, giving you Conjure, and then you full heal at the start of the turn. So this is perfect. Snotty Whelp, I do want you on the bottom line. Gelly Sneeze them, and then they're already dead. Okay, maybe don't Gelly Sneeze, because I think I can probably get this done just with a fire starter or 2. Yeah, that'll resolve itself in time. I'll save the Gelly Sneeze until it's Gelly needed. That'll get him. Take down the back line. Deal even more damage. Annoyingly, I really want to take the Upbeat Warbler off the field so that I can summon another Snotty Whelp, but I can't do it. That's okay. Oh, Snotty Whelp. Yeah, unfortunately you kill the enemy, which I actually can't let you do. Wait, hang on. 1, 2. Okay, I'm never getting another cast with Lord Phoenix, actually, so you just cast on yourself, get the Dragon Sword, then absolutely kill this enemy. I got Dragon Sword out of that. I mean, realistically, I'm not going to get more until I have a way to make Lord Phoenix... Well, until we have longer fights, that's one. But until I have a way to make Lord Phoenix cool down faster. Good lord! We get 2 copies of this? 2 copies of Alchemy, consumed to gain 2 Dragon Sword. 2 copies of Golden Touch, Slay to gain 1 Dragon Sword. Look, Golden Touch is going to be very, very easy to use. But if I just use those 2 alchemies, I'm like done. I'm basically done. It should be Golden Touch. A little bit more ability to project damage that's not just 1, because currently I have to cast 2 Fire Starters to project any serious damage. Wind's Blade. Not really my style. Upbeat Warbler. How likely am I to draft a Banished? Second area, Merchant of Steel Banished banner next to it, Merchant of Magic Pyreborn in the first. So I'm going Merchant of Magic Pyreborn initially. I don't think I want to take 2 Wind Blades just in case. Just in case seems like a bad idea. Well, but it's also 2 Valor. But also it's taking the equipment slot, so like something else could be using that instead. Obviously not 2 Upbeat Warblers, obviously not 2 Penitent Blood Suits. Gosh. Because I abused the hell out of Windblade in the last episode, I'm going to skip here. And we'll save our Dragon's Horde. 420, good lord. Definitely hitting up the Merchant Magic here. I'm looking for the double stack. Is there anything good to double stack? Shame. No. I will -1 cost intrinsic, one of the golden touches. 20 magic power consume. I could happily throw that on a fire start. Realistically, I do need to find a way to utilize all of my money right now. Let's have a look at the unit. Interesting. So I get 2 copies of this as well. So I could take Miser with an Avarice of 20. So every time it hits the enemy... Oh, well, actually, hang on. Hang on. Duality, double status effects. So it's got Avarice 20 instead of Avarice 10. So it gives me 20 coins every time it hits an enemy. But actually, it gives me 40 because it also doubles that again from money bags. It's either that or Guildmonger, but you don't double that trigger. I've got to take the Miser. Also, the Miser is 1 Ember, 1 size, makes it very easy to just slot down on the bottom line. That is going to be so much money, truly so much money, that I actually think that I should, like, buy every upgrade I can here, even if I don't want it. Plus 20 magic power, that goes on Firestarter. -2 in consume, that goes on one of the golden touches. Double stack, I'm not going to do that to just double the Valor. Oh, it doubles to 4. Okay. Gonna reroll. Remove consume from the golden touch. I'll send magic power on the other one. -1 pyre per turn, that's okay. I just lowered the cost of a lot of my stuff. So my bottom line literally just needs to be health, and then 2 Misers. And then my top line needs to be Lord Phoenix by itself, just waiting. Mm-hmm. Do I move to set up a next line? I do like the idea of the Savage Spearman in the backline being on low health next turn. Or still being alive next turn. Important. Phoenix. We missed the ability. No. I'll let you use it next turn so you can clear some enemies with it as well. Whoop. Not how I wanted that to go. Four armor for this bottom line. That's going to be a lot more money, to be entirely honest. So I think the double Inspire on the bottom line is the most impactful thing I can do there. Perfect. Golden Touch kills a backliner. These guys are only ever going to get to attack twice, but that's fine. That's how it was always going to be. Annoyingly, I will be leaking some damage here, but it will give me the ability to get more Dragon Sword, which does matter. Take 9 damage for my sins. A Snotty Whelp, Gelly sneezing the enemy on this first floor, I think feels essential. I'm going to summon a Spear Steward so that I have someone to hit with the ability if I need to. The ability being Golden Touch. Take you out. Summon the Snotty Whelp. Hit the Snotty Whelp's Gelly Sneeze. I get up to 7 Dragon Sword, and honestly, that's worth it. I will take a hit to the pyre. Unfortunately, it'll be 11 health, because it's 1 hit, and then the spikes as well. But 7 Dragon's Horde is almost all of the benefits you get from Dragon's Horde. I definitely don't have space for 2 Alchemy in this deck. Double Lava Flow, consume to apply Pyre 8 to enemy units. It's not bad, certainly. It's just not also that good. I'm seldom going to be happy to have it. I'll find a way to use it. Cleave. Deal damage to enemy units equal to damage of the front friendly. That's really good at giving a bunch of slays to a target. Because apparently that attributes the damage to the front friendly unit. Challenge, advance a unit, and apply Malevolence 2. Pretty good way to reveal targets. Also really good in the final fight, especially. Ascend and advance, not especially relevant unless I'm looking to oversack the top floor, which I'm not currently trying. Cleave, Merchant of Steel. How likely do I think that's likely to be relevant? Pretty. Okay, yeah, so the next level, I would get the ability to select an artifact instead of getting a random artifact, but that's the only benefit. So, very easy to loot this. 150. Oh, I love this. I love this. Taskmaster's Lash, that's so good. When you damage your own unit, reduce cooldown by 1. Lord Phoenix targets himself with his ability, damaging himself, giving him the ability to reduce his cooldown. Shadow's Sheath. Friendly units gain Stealth 1 on Summon and on Slay, and they do 3 additional damage per stack of Stealth. So we could use that to cause a unit to get Stealth with Cleave? Maybe? I don't know how that one's gonna work. Dualism and Smidgestone. Okay, something nutty could happen here, depending on who you are. I have no equipment in this deck, but Sword Maiden, I could get 2 copies of you. Each of you would give me an equipment when you're summoned. And you have the Artificer ability, gain Valor 16. I could give Dualism to one of you. That's just a line by itself. It's just 2 units who stand on a line by themselves, and they are very comfortable doing so. Steadfast Crusader, you don't really get any effect out of the dualism, so you feel less valuable. I'll take the Sword Maiden. I'll try and make that work. So dualism on the sword. Oh, dualism on the Miser. 80 gold every time it attacks? Okay. Yeah, I gotta do that. Smidgestone reduces the size. I feel like I could just Smidgestone one of the shield stewards. I also probably don't need to hit the shield steward with it, but also... Should I not? I have so much money. And then the shield steward gains some additional health, please. The shield steward gain the health? No, someone else should gain this health. The front line of the sword mains, I do need effectively equipment. Like when I draft a piece of equipment, it'll give me 2. So both of the sword mains will have something to summon, which I'm looking forward to. But of course, they're going to do it in the deployment phase as well. So I won't even have the Ember to play all of the things that they summon, unfortunately. Let's make one of you healthy and then one of you more damagey. Upgrade a unit with Avarice 6, put that on the Miser. I don't really want to do that because that does go on the unit with dualism, which is nice. There's more money, but it really feels like you should get multi-strike. Also, Magma Mauler, you attacking quickly from the back line seems really good to me. Endless. I kind of like the idea of an Endless Snotty Well, but I'm not going to be doing that. That's much more minion casting than I care to do. If I did get multi-strike, would it go on Miser? I do think it would, actually. Gain 160 gold every time Miser attacks. That does actually seem pretty busted to me. I don't think I ignore any of these upgrades. I just find someone to give them to. Maybe save the Endless. I could throw it on an Upbeat Warbler, but realistically I chump block with those sometimes. I'm not really utilizing their quickness. Discarded Wings. Flight's pretty fun. Who'd want to be able to fly, though? I mean, give it to an Upbeat Warbler, then I can move the Upbeat Warbler to an overstacked floor. I think that's good. I think that's actually very good. Also, considering the fact that I have so much money, it would really make sense at this point for me to also cut some cards out of the deck. I'll start with 1 copy of Firestarter and 1 copy of Inspire. I'll follow up by getting rid of both Spear Stewards. I don't have enough size for you, right? Like 1 floor is Sword Maiden, Steward. 1 floor is Miser, Magma Mauler, something else, another floor. I certainly don't have room for them for long. And I'll leave this money floating because we can go to a Merchant of Trinkets in the next area, but realistically, Merchant of Magic? Do I want to go to a Merchant of Magic? Maybe I don't want to go to a Merchant of Magic. Maybe I don't need to go to a Merchant of Magic. Merchant of Trinkets with as much money as I can get is almost always going to be correct, I feel. So, most important thing is that the misers survive and do damage every turn. So there we go. Welcome to the board, misers. I have no equipment in the deck for the sword maidens to currently summon. Lord Phoenix. With a Magma Maul behind, maybe? And then I'll just fly an upbeat Warbler up there. Sure. You gotta get him with a golden touch. Snotty Whelp, you summon. I think I should just throw Higher Gel on the boss. I do think Inspire for this top line for some additional damage as well as recurring armor is a really good idea. It's also the same for the bottom floor, I feel, though. Oh, the Valor gives 4 armor, but the armor gets doubled, so the Valor gives 8. So it's double-double. Ooh, you gotta love a good double-double. Gelly Sneeze. Wait, hang on. I can't put Gelly Sneeze at the front. Kill... No, wait, hang on. They try and hit. We strike back 30, 54, kill, kill, kill. So we do kill all of the units, which means I can also take that down and both of our misers will still attack. That's what I needed. Just needed confirmation that was going to be the case. Now... I'm gonna undo that as well. I think, Lord Phoenix, you should hit yourself. You can do so and lower your cooldown, and I think that is more impactful than anything else that you can accomplish with it right now. There we go. Yeah, we'll attack enough units for that to be relevant. And sure, I'll just burn another Higher Gel generator out of the deck. I could put Sword Maidens on the middle line, but I think that's less important right now. When they don't gain the Valor, it's significantly less impactful. Nice. Good self-damage. Ooh, hang on. Yeah, Lord Phoenix, I can't have you self-damage on that top line this floor. You will kill yourself. Which underscores even more the importance of dropping some Valor on the top line. And I'll get rid of a shield shield from the deck. Oh, this is so much money. Gonna lose my snotty whelp here. That's okay. Yeah, you don't even have an ability I can use. That's okay now. Oh my god. Archeon is taking too much damage courtesy of the Higher Gel we've got on him. One more hit against Archeon and they die. Okay. Inspire, inspire, inspire. We're getting a couple more strikes of the Avarice here. Gotta love getting 80 gold for an attack. Yeah, the first time we attack on this floor, unfortunately, we will kill. Lord Phoenix. Okay, I can get 2 more Dragon Sword this turn. Lord Phoenix. There you go, thank you. I can't kill my own Shield Steward. That would get me a little more money as well. That said, 710, and that's even before the end of the battle. I think I'll be okay. Another 300. Soldier of Fortune, hello. 0 Ember consumed. Draw a unit if you have 30 gold. Will I? Will I really have 30 gold? If you have 30 gold, spend it to apply 30 extra damage, Avarice 10, and armor 30. Wait a second, 2 tomes of contract, 1 ember to consume, reduce a unit's cooldown timer by 1 to a minimum of 1. I can try and set Lord Phoenix down to a 1-turn timer. That's pretty fun. Death Roar, transfer all Pyogel on this floor to a unit, then deal 5 damage 5 times. That will be truly absurd damage. That will be absolutely absurd because it will double the status effects. It will take the Pyogel and then it will double it and put it on a unit. However, do I want 2 copies of that rolling around in the deck at the moment? Absolutely not. I'm gonna take Tome of Contracts. Let's get that 1-turn dragon going on. Yeah, see, I don't... If I took Soldier of Fortune, maybe I would take Greed Dragon. Magma Cultist, Incant to apply Pyogel 2 to enemy units. I do like Incanting to apply Pyogel. I really do. It is very, very expensive. How do I scale my damage at the moment? I don't, is the answer. I don't do that. I just apply a lot of Pyogel and hope that that kills my enemies. That's not sustainable. This is difficult. I mean, like, Firebrand just replacing both of my Shield Stewards, totally appropriate. Totally appropriate. Nothing wrong with that. It's just very expensive as well. Also, you won't trigger Revenge if you slay the enemy, because then you'll have stealth, so you won't get hit. Which makes it pretty difficult to really take any of these. I'm gonna skip. This feels like a pretty obvious draw. Loot the Horde on your... Oh, we'll always go for Hidden Coffers the first time it's offered. Increase Max Dragon Horde by 2. Celestial Cascade. When a friendly unit gains Valor, it gains +1 stacks, or should I say +2 stacks. When an angel moves, it gains 6 Valor. I love the idea of that. Do I have angels that move? Sword mains, I could theoretically make them move. Chain of the Valkyrie is going to be really good, though. When you equip an angel, it gains Valor 8, Rage 6, and Regen 6. Martyr's Signet. At the end of the battle, friendly units at the front of the floor bound to gain 6. Love it. I will take the Ancient Pinion just in case I end up using it. When you play a spell, spells in hand that cost less are reduced to 0 for the turn. Capricious Reflection I'm not going to take because it randomly upgrades each card that we get, and I don't want random upgrades on them. I have enough money to put upgrades I want on them. Manifold Mirror, the first room card played each battle, is applied to all floors. I have none yet, but I would happily use them. Lightforge. Golden Crown. Your extra ability on Golden Crown right now is gain 15 gold as well. That's all you change. I'm gonna do it because I haven't seen the third line of Golden Crown, and I need to know if it then upgrades the Dragon Sword or has any other unique text. Celestial Alcove. Oh, hello! Good to see you, Jimbo. When you purge a card outside combat, gain 75 gold. I've already removed a lot of cards from the deck, unfortunately. Also start with Mute 3. That's pretty mean. Or Grand Michel. Also start with Mute 3. Hang on. Hang diddly hang. On. Diddly on. That's gonna start him with Mute 6. I think that kind of just nullifies a lot of bosses for us. I think you should cut another Pyre Gel card from the deck. Firestarter is certainly one of the worst cards in this deck at this point. Did I take the frontliners? Did I take additional frontliners? No, I turned them down. Yes. Let's see. Next area. Oh my god, another Merchant of Trinkets, and we'll have enough money for that one as well. Good lord. Non-boss enemy units restore 150 health if they move up a floor. That is actually a little annoying to us, because I don't do that much damage. I will be able to deal with it, but it's gonna be an annoyance. I want the money, though. I want that money. Okay, so, bottom line, we need a Shield Steward. Miser. Top line, Phoenix. Flying Pyre Gel earlier is going to be better as well. Okay. First things first, Tome of Contracts on you. Then, you hit yourself with this ability. We gain 30 gold and 1 Dragon Sword, and your ability is ready to use again next turn. Now, with Taskmaster's Lash and 2 of them on you, can I get you to infinitely use your ability on yourself? Or infinitely use your ability, well, not on yourself, only on yourself, because the last cooldown reduction comes from Taskmaster's Lash. So unfortunately, I can't do it everywhere else as well. Perfect. Tome Contracts. Now, the only problem here is your health is not high enough to be able to hit yourself twice. That's the only problem here. Go Sword Maiden, and then Upbeat Warbler, and then I'll warble you up to the top line. There we go. Oh no, the Inspire, it'll raise your damage as well as your armor at the same time. Gosh, it'd be annoying. I kind of want to chomp with the Upbeat Warbler on this floor if I can. Just save some HP. Realistically, I could save some HP if I make you quick on the bottom line. Perfect. So, Lord Phoenix. First off, ability on yourself. Then, ability on yourself again. You spread a bunch of fire gel on the enemies whilst doing so. Now, lava flow. Kill one of you, and now you've got stealth trigger, so you stay alive. And we'll give you even more defense. Perfect. Sword main for health in the midline. It's exactly where you want to be. And I could Gelly Sneeze in this midline. I absolutely could. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna save it for the Ravenous Zealot next turn, but I could. Lord Phoenix. We've already got almost enough Dragon Sword without using Lord Phoenix again, but hit yourself once. Oh, I can't even hit you twice, unfortunately. No. You've got too much damage. You'll take yourself out. We've silenced Kel the Corruptor for 6 turns, so I can use my Golden Touch if I want to. And I do. I do want to do. Perfect. Got 60 more gold out of Lord Phoenix. Just infinite Phoenix fire. It's so good. The money. The absolute money of it all. Expensive taste. Apply Avarice 4 to friendly units. 100% unnecessary. Greed. Deal 20 damage to all units. Gain 20 gold. Wow, 20 gold. Dragon's Breath. Apply Fire Gel 20 and deal 10 damage to all enemy units. I mean, I should probably take 2 cups of Dragon's Breath in this deck. Good lord. Everlasting Light. 1 Ember, 3 Size. Strike. Apply Valor 6 to friendly units. All friendly units. There's also Penitent's Death Suit. On shift, gain melee weakness 2. Can be equipped to enemy units. Give this to a boss, it flies, it gets melee weakness 2 every round, eventually it just explodes. That said, I want the equipment that I can actually equip to my own units, so I can use the Sword Maiden, so I'll take the Everlasting Light. Yep, loot the Horde. After using an ability, friendly units gain armor 3. Love it. Units gain 3/3 for each upgrade on their card. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. On your first turn, 2 additional Ember. I mean, I don't want that on my first turn. I want that on the deployment phase, but I don't have that in the deployment phase. When an enemy unit descends, they gain Fire Gel. It says 2. It means 4, because it will be doubled. And units gaining Fire Gel as they ascend is actually really important for us. I'm going to take Flaming Talons here. The end of battle, gain 3 Ember if your player took no damage. Realistically, that's not relevant to me. I gained 3 Dragon Horde, rather. I gained so much Dragon Horde, it's not necessary. Unstable Pyre Sparks. I don't need my Trained Suits to go boom. I'll take Sin and Salve just because it's there. Merchant Artificial Pyre Stone. That's exactly what I was looking for. 3 additional Deployment Ember. There's also Burning Feather. When a friendly unit dies on the floor. Angels gain Rage 7. 14, rather. Versatile Ember Staff. When you play 3 different kinds of card in a turn, draw 1 energy and gain... Sorry, draw 1 card and gain 1 energy. On deployment phase, draw a room card from your deck. Reduce its cost to 0. After deployment phase, summon a random unit to each deck of your floor. I don't really think I want that. It gives me less control over where I summon certain units, and that's a little bit of a problem for us. When a card with consumers played, deal 30 damage to the front enemy unit. Great. Then Celestial Alcove. Ah. Been a while. Worthy Sacrifice ability. Cooldown 2, sacrifice, gain 3 energy. Many lives when you reanimate is killed, it's restored. Do I have anyone that wants to be brought back? Not really. Alright. Which do I want? Summon. Add a copy of this unit to your hand that costs 1 additional energy. I don't think so. I think it's going to be many lives on... Gosh. Should just be on the shield steward to overstack it. Could even just be worthy sacrifice for the same thing. Gives me the ability to pump energy. Unfortunately, you can't use abilities in deployment phase, so I wouldn't be able to sacrifice the unit during deployment phase. I don't want to put it on anything that already has an ability, because it'll overstack that ability. It'll overwrite the ability, rather. I really wish Miser already had double strike so I could just pop it on top of you. I really don't know who wants this. Maybe no one. The answer might legitimately be that no one wants this. Let's give you reanimate. There you go. Now, this event has a secret that I would never have found out on my own. So I'm very glad that I saw people mention it. When you upgrade a unit with an ability from that event, you get this, which is a little binary sequence, 1s and 0s. There's 3 of them here at 001, which I believe means that if I go to the left, and then the right, so if I hit 3 Merchant of Arms in a row, I would get another opportunity to go to that event. That's irrelevant. We are not going to hit 3 Merchants of Arms in a row just so that I can get that unit another upgrade. However, in terms of duping things in this deck, well... I think probably the most impactful is either another copy of the Inspire that's super pumped, or maybe another Miser with Dualism. Let's do the Miser with Dualism, sure. And then I can remove the one that doesn't have it. Well, hang on. I got more Deployment Ember. We'll see. -1 energy per turn, that's fine. I really don't need the money. Dualism. Dualism. Wee bit of Avarice, a frontliner. Nice. Now, I do want to summon both Sword Maidens. But I'm not going to equip either of you. I'm just going to summon both of you and then get Lord Phoenix on the top line. Because those cards that weren't played in the deployment phase, they don't get discarded. They are drawn, shuffled back into the draw pile and then ready to go, so I will draw them eventually. And they'll be relevant then. at the moment, so. Get all of our units on this floor quick. Hit yourself with Phoenix Fire, gain 6 armor for doing so. This floor gets jacked as hell as soon as I drop down my first Everlasting Light there. Also make Magma Mauler on top line quick, and then I will fly the Upbeat. Hymnist away. Upbeat Warbler, who is a Hymnist. Timer contracts, and if you target yourself, ability's not going to be ready again yet. It's fine. I still got both of the enemies down. I still get my 1 Dragon's Horde. Dragon's Horde is so easily going to get to 10. I'm needlessly optimizing around it. You know, hit myself, and then hit myself, and then hit my... Oh, can't hit myself one more time or otherwise I'll die. Fine. Actually, hang on. I'll fly you to your own floor. There you go. Now I have the ability to hit myself one more time without dying. Lord Phoenix, already up to 7 Dragon's Horde. Cast it one more time on the enemy. Perfect. And I can either throw down Snotty Whelp on the bottom line with Gelly Sneeze, or I can drop an Inspire on the top line, which I suspect I'm gonna do the one that I did. I'm just feeling like I might do the one that I did. Is that 40 units? Okay, so my Misers wouldn't attack. Can't let that happen. Alright, Lord Phoenix. Hit yourself once. Oh, one more time and you are dead now. Unfortunate. So you'll hit an enemy instead. We're already up to the 10 Dragon Sword. Don't need to worry about it anymore. Oh, hell yeah. Get him with a big cleave. Well, Snotty Whelp Jelly Sneeze him. Thank you. Hit yourself once and then the enemy once. Get him, Phoenix. You know how it goes. A little bit more armor by using a flight move backwards. Got up to 3,500 from that, so I think we'll be okay. I think that might be enough. Get him, Lord Phoenix. Even more money. Double Inspire. Hit him with a Golden Touch. Wait, do I win this because of Reanimates? Oh no, because every time I hit the enemy, I get 2 stealth. so he never strikes back. Fun. Hilarious. 2 more copies of Tome of Contracts, absolutely unnecessary. I don't have that many abilities. Fanning the Flames. Explosive deals 3 damage to a random enemy unit on Slade. Deals 3 damage permanently. More. No. Soul Smelter. 3 Ember. I draw a room card on the first turn. I want a room card more than anything else. Siphon, gain 2 soul. On Celebrate, gain 1 Dragon's Sword for each soul. It's not necessary. All of these are things that I'm already capable of doing better in different ways. Valor. Valor on friendly units adds an additional damage per stack. I mean, realistically, that'll give a decent amount of damage to the Sword Maiden line. The only thing is I have to have 2 copies of Lead Songbird in the deck. I think I take Demonize. 3 Ember, Descend, apply melee weakness 4. That'll be a really, really, really good way for me to cause Dominion melee weakness. Whelp, supply Pyogel 3 on strike. Not bad. That said, I don't have many Whelps that get to attack that many times. Units gain 3/3. Yes, still good. It's as good as it was last time. And Sizzling Firecracker, spells gain 3 additional damage for each upgrade on their card. That's also quite relevant just because it gives the Golden Touch significantly more damage. But the Golden Touch is not important to my actual performance anymore. When you equip a friendly unit, apply Conduit 4. I do 2 equipments on that middle line. Getting some Conduit there is almost irrelevant, but it could also be relevant depending. Ember Charge, 2 additional Ember on the first turn, almost always irrelevant. We'll take the Conduit, because we might get a reason that we care about having that Conduit. Summoning Hymnist applies Valor 5 to friendly units, that's nice, but Odie's Totem. 1 additional Ember per turn, and -3 to set up Ember. So it just cancels out the... oh my god. Where are you? Wait, do I? Oh, it's literally right there. It cancels out the Artificial Pyre Stone. But I get 1 additional Ember every turn. I think I take that. Our setup is going to become a little more annoying. Merchant of Arms, Pyramanes, and an Armory. I've got to admit, Empyrean Well certainly has a lot of appeal. You know, quite powerful cards in this deck. I could even just get a second copy of that Sword Maiden. Is there a card I really want to dupe right now, actually? Merchant of Steel. Merchant of Steel, like, I would just throw upgrades on all of the rest of my units, basically. Merchant of Arms, I'm kind of unlikely to utilize. I do really want a room card, and I think going to the Merchant of Arms and looking at the Armory and Merchant of Arms for a room card, because I draw it literally at the start of the fight, courtesy of Dante's Footstool, and then Manifold means it applies to all floors, and it's 0 cost as well from Dante's Footstool, so if I find, like, you know, silence all enemies or something like that, I'll just have that on every floor available at all times. Yeah, something like that. Hall of Mirrors. 2 Ember, -2 size. Create a copy of friendly units on summon. Just immediately apply that to wall floors at the start of the fight. Way too much. Way too much. If I took Capacity after Kale, would it be too much then? Because, like, this dupes Lord Phoenix, which is whatever. It dupes the Sword Maidens, which is fine. It's not necessary. I want a different room. Meat Shield resolving to just restore some health. I mean, I could put that on a front line. I don't need it though. Let's reroll. Inferno Room. I play that and I don't play any units. That's actually fun. Trained Steward's Quarters. +1 size. Trained stewards gain multi-strike 2 and plus 20 damage on this floor. Mind Gauge, reduce cooldown by 1. I don't think this can reduce cooldown below 1, so I don't think I can hit something with, you know, the Tome of Contracts and then the Mind Gauge to get them down to an infinite, but we already have Lord Phoenix being able to infinite as long as it has enough health. Obviously not a real infinite. I'm gonna look at the other option first. Yikes. Swiftsteel Dagger, 2 copies of just adding quick to a floor. Nothing especially wrong with doing that, it just won't do a lot of damage. Enchanted Chamber, 15 magic power. Realistically, it's not what I want. God. There's another Merchant of Arms in both of the next areas. I don't want to go to them. But I guess I'll probably go to the Merchant of Arms in the final area. I'm going to save all of my potential for exploiting a room until I get a room that I feel is worth that exploitation. I don't feel under pressure enough to now spend all of my resources without getting a commensurate benefit. Okay, Miser. 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 There we go. Okay. Swordbane, summon. You get Everlasting Light. I can pop that on you right now. If I play Cleave... Actually, if I play any spell, I will get Ember back. And then I can use that Ember to play the Upbeat Warbler. Hey, hang on. Oh my god, I had Split Anvil this whole time? Demonize will zero cost a bunch of other stuff for us. So let's demonize you. That actually kills the entire floor already, so I don't have to worry now. Oh, I won't be able to play the equipment, the Sword Maiden, but actually that's kind of fine. I don't want to play the equipment until I have both Sword Maidens on the field to gain the Artificer bonus. Thank you for coming down to the bottom line. Big old Dragon's Breath down here. Turn the contracts for the top line. I'm not going to apply Pie Gel to my own unit. That's a really bad idea. And I'm not going to hold off as well. Realistically, my main problem is I need to make sure the Lord Phoenix doesn't, or has enough time to actually gain all of the benefits they will need from this combat. want to throw a Snotty Whelp down here to Gelly Sneeze for some additional armor to this floor, as well as the Sacrificial Lamb for later rounds, as it will not keep itself for long. Keep that inspiration going on the top line. I can't summon that Shield Steward, not unless it was going to die on the mid floor. Upbeat Warbler for the middle line. I'm going to lose one of my misers on the bottom line, but that's completely fine. Realistically, I have way too much gold. I'm never going to have the opportunity to utilize all of it. Yeah, too much. 2 health away from surviving that additional nuke to my own unit there. No. It's not the welt with Gelly Sneeze that goes to the midline. It's the upbeat Warbler. Okay, Dragon Sword is getting pretty high. There's our second Sword Maiden. You gain the equipment as well. Even more Valor for everyone. Cleave will cause everything else to become castable. It is important that Lord Phoenix casts as many times each turn as possible, but we're now 1 turn away from Dragon Sword being complete, so I can kind of put my foot on the gas for the rest of the fight. I don't need to farm more money, but farming full Dragon Sword stacks every single fight is still really important. That'll do it. Devilish details. 1 Ember consume. Gain 3 Dragon Sword. Your Pyre takes 10 damage. Hilarious. Hell Furnace. When a unit gains Pyre Gel, gains 3 additional stacks. That'll be the room that we use. And then Tome of Contracts. Reduce a unit's cooldown time by 1 to a minimum of 1. I do think this one's got to be draw again. I have so much energy. Truly so much energy. I want more Deployment Ember, which I can't really get right now, but it doesn't matter. As long as I have enough draw, I'm fine. Loot this. When a unit gains Pyre Gel, it gains 1 additional stacks. Thank you. Those are all going to stack so much. On your first turn, 2 additional Ember. I'll take the Ember charge now. When a unit dies, their Pyre Gel is spread among enemy units. Yeah. Their Pyre Gel gets doubled and then passed on to the next one. Now that I have a room, I don't need to go to a Merchant of Arms, so I can avoid that. Okay. When When a unit gains Fire Gel, it gains +1 stacks. Now, that's only going to be on your floor, Phoenix, unfortunately. I will go for the 3rd level of Golden Crown. It does give to Dragon Sword. Double stack, 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 double stack. Double stack of Demonize. Descend, apply melee weakness 8 to a unit. Seems pretty good to me. I don't think consume removal on any of these makes any sort of sense. Let's make the Dragon's Breaths 2 costs, I think. So they get cost reduced if I play the Demonize before them in the same hand. Send magic power. These things just go on things. Just things. -2 cost and consume. That would have been useful with the other one. Spell chain. Good lord, if I could spell chain. Actually, I'm gonna spell chain the other Demonize. -2 cost it and then spell chain it. And then Permafrost, I'll give that to this Demonize so that I always have the ability to play it at the right time. +20 in consume, definitely goes on a Firestarter. Double remove cards from deck. First off, Firestarter. Second off, one of the Inspires. How many cards do I want to remove from this deck ultimately? I probably want to get rid of 1 copy of Cleave, 1 copy of Dragon's Breath, 1 copy of Hell Furnace, 1 of the Shield Stewards, 1 of the Upbeat Warblers. I'm going to remove those immediately, actually. 1 copy of Cleave, get out of here. Because these Demonize, I want to get back to them and hit them as much and as soon as is humanly possible. Also, realistically, these 2 Golden Touches are pretty out of date as well. All right. -1 Ember per turn. Sure, it gives me 800 gold. I don't need the 800 gold, but I also don't need the Ember per turn, so... Hell Furnace, applied to every floor. Realistically, the Misers are probably one of the least important things that I can put on the field right now. Both Tomes of Contract are in this hand. I played Demonize 8 times, so you'll take 9 times combat damage the next time you get hit about Gladiator. Then Golden Tooth kills the backliner. You double hit yourself with that ability, and then I will gain... that was 7 Dragon Horde immediately. Should I damage an ally? I absolutely don't need to. Let's try and get rid of some cards, basically. I wish I could loot mid-fight. That'd be so insane right now. Look at that top floor. Look at how good it's going. Upbeat Warbler. Upbeat warbles its way all the way up to that top floor. Howdy. I might have been able to save some Ember that turn if I approached it appropriately. Do I want to play the Upbeat Warbler and the Everlasting Light? Maybe not. I'll Dragon's Breath this line, because they're not going to get to the second line, so the Everlasting Light isn't going to be relevant this cycle. 1, 2, 3. We're already up to full Dragon Sword again. Good lord. Big ol' spell weakness. Yeah. Get him with the Gelly Sneeze. That didn't do it? Get him with the Gelly Sneeze again, then. This is realistically just a way to give armor to my backline. Because I just heal back up with Lord Phoenix every turn, so it's 150 gold, no Dragon Sword anymore, because there's no more room for it, but it gives 6 armor to all of my units on the floor every time I do it. Big, huge demon eyes. I love it. It's the only 3 cost in my deck at the moment, and my in-play deck is relatively small, so I'm accessing it pretty much constantly. Oh, brief respite. Whew. Thank heck we have this, otherwise I might not have made it. That'll do it. Permanently muted boss, I think that'll do it. Let's throw out a couple more of these just because I can. And take me to the final merchant of trinkets. I would like to buy all of it. Superheated, double the amount of Pyrogen. Okay. Fireborn Brain Spike, X cost consume, reduce cooldown by X, apply 2X Avarice. I'm gonna take the one that does the doubling, the funny, hilarious double. Penitent's Death Suit, shift, gain melee weakness 2, can be equipped to enemy units. There's only one enemy unit that I really want to give that to, but also I'm gonna take all of the health away from Savagery very quick. I'm not going to need that. Descend advance a friendly unit. Shield of Winch. Just not necessary, realistically. Just very much not. Wait, hang on. Why am I planning Savagery? I'm not going to the Savagery fight. That's not a thing here. Dragons have 8 additional damage. Whelp supplies some additional spells do more damage. There you go. Why not that? I'm literally running out of minor Pyreborn artifacts to get. There's only 1 left in the pool. Units without upgrades cost -1. That would be nice if I had 1s to hit. 1, 2. It's 2 mana. It's more important than the rest of these, though. Do I want a Merchant of Steel? I believe the answer to that to be a very thorough no. But do I want the doubling? I don't think I'm gonna need that. Honestly, I think I just, like, if I cast Superheated twice on the boss, I think it's dead. Summoning the Welt reduces cooldown to friendly units by 1. Yay! Oh, shift triggers an additional time. Do I shift at all? Look, I'll buy it. On deployment phase, draw an equipment card from your deck. Reduces cost by... reduces cost at 0, rather. After using an ability, friendly units gain 5 additional damage. That's unfortunate. Dealing 3 damage, piercing damage to enemy units as they move between floors, and Breath of Heaven advances the back enemy unit. Truly not gonna matter. Unstable Vortex. These 2 golden touches are completely irrelevant to the deck at this point. Silence Armor 120. Oh wow, Cursed Twinblade, there we go. Multi-Strike 2. I'll take a copy of that, thank you. I'm gonna upgrade the Everlasting Light to be deployable. And then I will deploy that. No, I can't deploy that. Hang on. Because I want the other one to be drawn for free, but I can't necessarily force that, I don't think. Like, I want to make the Everlasting Light draw into my opening hand by base so that this has to draw for free. I think that will work, actually. And then I could remove more cards from the deck, but I trust you'll believe me when I tell you it's not going to matter. Sword Maiden. Sword Maiden. This one gets... Wait, hang on. Who gets Multi-Strike? Backliner. There we go. Phoenix hits top line. Mauler goes behind you. Shield Steward to defend the bottom. And that seems good to me. Hey, boss. I do need to start doubling your higher gel as soon as possible. I'm gonna descend you, giving you melee weakness 8, so you'll take 9 times damage from the next instance of damage. I'm gonna give you more Pyre Gel, then I'm gonna give you more Pyre Gel, then I'm gonna summon a Snotty Whelp, and guess what that guy's gonna do? That's right, he's gonna give me more Pyre Gel. And then I'm going to double your Pyre Gel. You die. Yeah, that's kind of what I was hoping was going to happen. Yeah, that worked out pretty well. Turn 1 Seraph kill. I mean, I know we're doing Dimensional Portal, but still, that's pretty fun. I wonder if this would give experience to these clans. Huh, this might be actually a good way to get the experience on the clans that I want to get up to level 10 as well at the moment. Interesting. Head back to the outpost, and we get some story for this. Hell yeah! And after you get this gold, what are you going to do with it?
What do you mean? We keep it, of course. We let it shine.
You just keep it and do nothing?
I suppose to you it seems like it's nothing. But to us dragons, there's meaning in simply possessing it. On occasion, we spend it, but as a way to get more gold. And should our hoards ever become full, we melt it down and pour it into the pyre flow, an offering to Fyra, as tradition demands. Truth be told, we aren't allowed to say this out loud. It's merely to make space for even more gold.
What an odd existence, to constantly chase for something only to hoard it. Wouldn't you rather commune with the stars, dance in the moonlight, frolic with your brothers and sisters?
Are the stars made of gold?
You're never gonna get through to them. They've got that landlord brain rot. It's time for us to head into... Wait, hang on. I'm starting another episode. In the next episode, it will be time for us to head back into the dimensional challenges. Until then, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train 2. Top left is a series playlist for all my content of the game, past, present, future. YouTube recommendation down below. Streaming past are the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/Rhapsody Plays. Add all the thank you. And a special thanks this episode to Victor. Hopefully you'll be enjoying yourselves and hopefully see you all next time.